My name's Messina, and I'm going to be talking with some of the talented individuals who make up this community. The music scene in Oneonta has been consistently active for a few decades, with no signs of stopping or slowing down. With the influx of musical students, a DIY scene being created was imminent.
Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water.
We were in a class together. We were in songwriting with Jeremy Wall, the professor. And we had talked about for the longest time about collaborating and writing music together and playing together. It hadn't happened until recently.
Yeah, like super recently. The name chemistry comes from everyone pretty much saying you have chemistry on stage.
Yeah.
Like really just kind of exploiting that aspect of our show.
That's awesome.
I mean, just like have fun while we're playing, and like I think that's what people are seeing.
Cool.
Just in general, for women in every industry, it's going to be twice as hard to compete, but we can do it.
Well, when I was in a band, it was really hard to communicate. Like they wouldn't listen to anything I had to say because they were all guys and it was me. It was like 4 against 1. And I eventually figured out how to communicate with them. I had to be like really assertive in order to get my opinions across. Even though it was my own music, they still weren't really listening to me. I think there's some advantages though, because if they see a woman that is like dominant and assertive, they're gonna listen because they're like, whoa, like this, she means business, you know? I'm working on an EP right now in the studio called You Say You Love Me.
How that's been going?
It's going really well. It's almost done. We're in the final mixing now and mastering. There's a couple classes like music industry, communication, and stuff like that that teaches me like how to like bring my resume into somewhere and how to do an interview. And
music industry communications class is like the most important class in the program and like develops you as a professional the best.
Alright, so if you could tell someone who is going into the music industry program or the music scene in Oneonta anything, what would you tell them?
Don't be afraid to like just go out of your way to say hi and try and introduce yourself to as many people as you can and just talk to them and tell them like a little bit about yourself, and more importantly just ask them about themselves, and that's how you're gonna meet like the best people.
This is another one of those instruments that not many people really play too much anymore. It's just like a guitar, but the body's made out of metal and it has this speaker cone that's underneath this shielding plate, and pretty much the strings vibrate on a wooden puck on the inside there, and that vibration goes through the speaker and amplifies the sound, and you hear a lot more harmonics when you play.
On top of that, like, don't be afraid to like experiment or do something new, or like be afraid to like try something or like ask someone to jam or work together, because like 90% of the time the person's going to say yes, because everyone else just kind of wants to jam with different people or hang out or do something. Like the people who I think have just been like, this shit they've been doing is really crazy. First going to say obviously the marijuanas. I think the shit that they've been doing with their live shows has been really killer.
It's like really just like caring around here, because like you go to a show around here, like when we play here, like you always just like kind of like look and you see like so many familiar faces, and like some of them like actually like know the words to your songs and stuff, so like it's just very supportive, you know?
Yeah, being a part of the scene, it's all about supporting everybody in the scene and actually like giving all the local bands an actual audience to play to, you know? Giving that vibe, like it has to come from the audience to the performance, and it has to like grow out of like everything.
And you guys run shows out of here?
We have bands play here frequently. It ended up being like once a week this semester because so many local acts just kept hitting us up, just like, hey, can we play your basement?
It's cool to give them like a space to start building some kind of fan base in the town.
It's kind of cool that they think about us like a legitimate venue, and we're just a basement with a drum set.
It's nicer to play a more intimate venue like a home, because everyone who's there is there for the same reason. They just want to come and see music. So
That's nice.
If there was one artist that you think everyone should know, who would that be?
Julian Baker. I would say everyone should know her because like the emotion and passion that she puts into her songs is just like incredible.
Palm, like the palm of your hand. It's a really cool take on simple 4-chord pop songs.
I think Wolfpack, just because they bring the good vibes.
I think if you don't like the Beatles, like, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Some lessons. I would definitely take standing up and like being able to speak in front of people, especially being like a girl in an industry full of guys. It's kind of hard to stand out and get like your way, you know. And I've learned to do that and like how to communicate correctly with people. And
I think the best lessons are just the ones that are learned from working with other people and being in the environment.
Really bad at
We've been working on high fives. So.
That was awesome.
And then I just got this one not that long ago too, and this is Aurora.
I was out on Long Island before
a T-shirt, like a
before I
Lucid
knew
shirt.
them.
And I was like,
yeah.
hey, I play with that band. He was like, really? Because I'm in this band.
A lot of tea. A lot.
I'm Scott.
I'm Derek.
I'm Slade.
And we're
the Marijuanas!
We're supposed to look at the camera.